Messi wants to leave, Guardiola gets it wrong, Sevilla punish United, a transfer roundup, and today's Emoji Mondays all coming up in the next few minutes as I'm your host Matt Froelich, you are the Onefootballers, and this is the Daily News. So first off, and honestly rightly so, Lionel Messi apparently wants to leave Barcelona. This all in the fallout of that 8-2 drubbing at the hands of Bayern Munich on Friday night. Since then, I feel like the whole of the club has just imploded. We'll get onto that in just a little bit, but first off, Lionel Messi to leave, where's he actually going to go? I mean, there's rumours that he could rejoin Guardiola at Manchester City, although things are a little bit ropey for him at the moment after that defeat to Lyon. Again, we'll talk about that in a minute. There's a return to Newell's Old Boys, his first club, although I don't quite think he's ready for a move back home just yet. Who knows, he could go to Inter Miami and join David Beckham's team. There's also rumours that Inter Milan want him in Serie A. Personally, I think it would be really cool if he went to Inter Milan. I just think like that whole Messi-Ronaldo rivalry, one last stand in Serie A, it's like when your favourite movie gets redone 20 years later and you realise that the actors are, old and not so good, but it would still be fun to watch. Anyway, as for the rest of Barcelona, Messi is apparently only one of 4 players who the Barcelona board aren't willing to sell this summer. The rest of them, they can sling their hook, they can pack their bags and get out of there. The other 3 are Longley, who oddly enough had a very poor game on Friday night, ter Stegen in goal, and of course star midfielder Frenkie de Jong. Alongside this though, they can all leave. There just were so many performances that weren't good enough, and on top of all this, Quique Setien has got to take a massive portion of the blame. He's come in since January and things haven't really improved since they were under Ernesto Valverde. Sorry, almost messed that up. Just a bit like Barcelona did on Friday night. But anyway, the whole point is that they need a new manager because these tactics, I'm not going to go into a deep tactical detail, but even I can tell by playing 4 central midfielders in midfield in a 4-4-2 in a Champions League quarter-final against Bayern Munich was never going to work. Like we were talking on Friday about how Vidal was doing a bit of shit talking because Bayern did the shit talking first. Yes, I saw all of you in the comments. Yes, I still don't care. No, I'm not being biased against Barcelona. They were just very, very bad. And of course, Bayern Munich were going to win. But yeah, Vidal on the left, was it? Sergio Roberto on the right, Busquets in the midfield too with de Jong. Like Busquets has never really been known for his box-to-box midfield energy in the middle. I just didn't see the inspiration in the Barcelona lineup and where on earth the victory was going to come from, especially against such a powerful team like Bayern Munich. Anyway, rumour has it, at the time of filming, I'm sure something will happen very, very soon, the Quique Setien will be out of there. And the person to come in will be Ronald Koeman. Now, the Dutch manager has a clause in his contract, which means he can leave the national team and come to Barcelona. But there's also rumours that Xavi is going to be coming in next year once the president has left and there's a new president in. This doesn't quite make sense then for any coach to come in for a year. Like, is Koeman really going to leave the Netherlands job just for 1 year, knowing that Xavi's going to come in next summer? Would anyone else go in? I don't know, Pochettino, Allegri, Guardiola. Is anyone going to want to go and coach Barca for 1 year, knowing that they're going to be replaced by Xavi at the end of next season? I'm not so sure. Anyway, alongside this, and one of the names I have mentioned is Pep Guardiola because, well, things didn't go too swimmingly for him either on Saturday night. That is because Manchester City lost, as you know, to Lyon 3-1, and what was another shock in an unbelievable weekend of Champions League football. And for me, much like Quique Setien, Guardiola got it wrong. Why such a defensive team against Lyon? I mean, this isn't a bad thing. I'm not throwing shade on Lyon, but they finished, I think, 7th or 8th in Liga. Outside of the European places, they're definitely not as strong as team in Manchester City, who blow all sorts of opposition away in all competitions for the majority of each season. So why not go attacking? Again, the same kind of thing with Barca. When I saw the lineup for City, and was it Kevin De Bruyne was on the right, or was he in the centre? Were they 3 at the back? Was Fernandinho along with the centre halves? I don't know. Apparently Guardiola said he didn't want to leave the 2 centre-backs in Laporte and Garcia in a 2-on-2 situation against the speed of Depay and Toko Ekambi. So he put Fernandinho back there, but still had Rodri and Gundogan in midfield as well. That's like 3 midfielders who do pretty much the same thing. With the likes of Mahrez and Bernardo Silva sat on the bench, honestly, Guardiola was just asking for trouble. Yes, there were small instances in the game which you could have looked at. Raheem Sterling, for example, if he puts that in for 2-2, Lyon don't score their 3rd, certainly not in the same way, and who knows, the result may have been different. I just think that Pep Guardiola once again overthought it, completely complicated it, and yeah, ended up crashing out of the Champions League. Imagine all that talent on the bench. Why don't you just start it? Just blow Lyon away. Who cares if they score 2 or 3? You're going to score 6. Should have just adopted the Bayern Munich theory. Anyway, moving on next, and to Manchester United last night, who lost 2-1 to Sevilla. And I hate to brag, but I think I got this one right in my Friday feels. Maybe I called after extra time. Anyway, it was a good performance from Sevilla, but United do have themselves to blame, especially with the amount of chances they had. Anthony Martial is definitely one who'll be looking back on last night and having a little bit of regret, as he could not find the back of the net, which meant that Sevilla, and Luke de Jong's goal 12 minutes from time, meant that they won 2-1 and will be heading to yet another final in the UEFA Cup / Europa League. They've already won it 5 times and it looks like it really is their competition. Of course, they'll be meeting the winner of Inter Milan and Shakhtar Donetsk tonight, but after this, you're kind of backing Sevilla to go on and win the whole thing. So we've spoken about how in the first 2 games that we covered today, both managers are facing a little bit of some questioning. Well, is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer under the same sort of pressure? Yes, he can go to the board and say, look, I've had to play pretty much the same team since post-lockdown. Got Champions League football, which is pretty damn good, and made it to the semi-final of the Europa League. But on the flip side of this, is he actually doing any better than Jose Mourinho? Everyone banged on about Mourinho and how terrible he was. His first season, I think they won the treble, maybe the double. His first season as Manchester United manager, they certainly won the League Cup and the Europa League, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's lost 3 semi-finals. That's not exactly what you associate with Manchester United Football Club. Anyway, I think he'll be fine just for now and enter the transfer window, and then we'll kind of see what happens next season. So next up, and a quick roundup of the rest of the day's transfer news that you might have missed. And Tottenham are interested in bringing Burnley's Joe Hart to fill the British quota in their squad. Manchester United's Tahith Chong has joined Werder Bremen on loan for the rest of the season. Arsenal think that they'll be able to tie Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang down to a new long-term deal on a bumper wage rise. And lastly but not least, apparently the deal between Thiago and Liverpool has been agreed between the player and the club, but Liverpool will not be able to speak to Bayern Munich until they conclude their Champions League campaign. So next up, we come to Friday Feels. This is where you guys left your footballing predictions in the comment section of Friday's Daily News. And honestly, this one from Max Myers summed it all up. He said, Matt, good luck finding someone that commented 8-2. That was pretty much the whole comment section. Obviously, no one predicted that. I don't blame you guys at all. I only predicted 3-2. And yeah, it was very difficult to find anybody else who actually got a comment right. But there was one that I saw, and you guys let me know if you got them right as well in the comments, which actually was correct. And that was Ashutosh Duboy, who said that Sevilla would win 2-1 against Manchester United. And finally, I've got to read out this brilliant comment. I'm not going to read the name, but this excellent comment, which just shows that, guys, everyone can have an opinion. Everyone is allowed to enjoy their favourite teams or whatever, and you haven't really got to go crazy about it like you Barcelona fans did to me on Friday. It is what it is, but this comment, absolutely brilliant. Says, yes, Bayern are favourites, but you guys are writing off Barcelona like we're freaking Spurs or something. You mean the Spurs that only lost 7-2 to Bayern Munich? I hope Bayern come into this match unprepared because of being overconfident and we destroy them. Sounds like Arturo Vidal might have left that comment. But yeah, that was pretty much it. Anyway, lastly but not least, we're moving on to Emoji Mondays. Of course, this is where we at Onefootball throw a couple of emojis down on some of the weekend's action. And yes, it's very Bayern Barca heavy because, my word, what a game. The best player of the weekend, Thomas Müller. 2 goals and assists and still in frighteningly good form. If he continues this and doesn't make it into the Germany Euro 2021 squad, I'll be utterly amazed. The crazy moment of the weekend, it's kind of a crazy moment doubled up as the best result is, of course, 8-2. That's obscene. That's absolutely ridiculous to think that there were that many goals in a Champions League quarter-final. And lastly but not least, it's the worst player of the weekend I'm going to give to Clement Lenglet. I really thought Barcelona were poor as a whole, like everyone played poorly, but Lenglet at centre-back really did have a bit of a shocker. They got in too many times behind him, a couple of mistakes, and yeah, just really wasn't impressed with his performance. He's probably the reason that now one of the best goalkeepers in the world, in Marc-Andre ter Stegen, has an 8-goal game against him on his record. It's not exactly something you want when you're trying to push Manuel Neuer for the first team spot in the German team. So there you have it, my completely unbiased, and no, I do not really care about Barcelona or Bayern Munich or Manchester City or anywhere else that much to come onto a video and hate them. But if you're still really annoyed, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Whilst you're at it, you can smash the like button and click here or here to check out all of the other videos that we've got going on Onefootball. But until next time, I'll see you guys later.